Hi everyone, Dana with the OT Guide. Today I'm going to talk about spacing, specifically what to do if your child writes with spaces that are too small. So their words are squished together and it's negatively impacting their overall legibility. So I have 7 strategies/steps that I use during OT to teach spacing to my students. But if you have any extra strategies or tips, please feel free to comment below. If you like what you see today, subscribe, and let's go over my 7 steps to teach spacing. So step 1, we are going to teach our students how to identify words and how to identify spaces. Hopefully this is review for your student, but if not, no big deal. So I tell my students that words basically look like letters that are squished or clumped together, and spaces just look empty or blank. And so together we count how many words are in a sentence that I write out. So we count 1, 2, 3. And then together we count out how many spaces are in that sentence. 1, 2. The next thing I would do is I would create more of a visual by using stickers. So I would say, put stickers on every space. And I would show them an example first. And this is also great fine motor practice. If you don't have stickers, you can have them draw a star or a heart. And I would show them how to make a space. So now I gave them an example of what a space looks like. I would give them stickers and then they would go through and put stickers in between every single space. So the next step after the sticker activity, I would write the same sentence twice, one incorrectly and one correctly. And I would ask my student, which sentence has nice big spaces in between the words, big enough so we could fit a sticker. Hopefully they would guess the second sentence. And again, at this point, we are just trying to solidify the concept of spacing. After our students understand the broad concept of spaces go in between words, we're gonna add a little detail. And we're gonna teach them that there are meatball spaces. This is my drawing of a meatball, and spaghetti spaces. That's my little drawing of a spaghetti. Meatball spaces, big spaces, go in between our words, and spaghetti spaces go in between our letters. So at this point, we want our student to draw meatballs in between the words. And you can give them a different color marker to do this, so it's not visually confusing. I just have a pen. And then have them draw spaghettis in between each letter in the word. So the next step is having your student copy a sentence you wrote with correct spacing. When you're writing a sentence for them to copy, make sure you have like pretty exaggerated spaces. It's better for our kids to write with too big of spaces rather than too small spaces. So again, and when they're copying the words, I want you to tell them to say space out loud. So it looks like this. I'm the student copying. I space love space animals. If your students are still struggling to understand the concept of spacing, you can have them use their finger as a finger spacer. So they would have their pencil in their dominant hand writing I. You would instruct them to put their finger right next to the letter I. Then they would write the next word, love, put their finger right next to the next word, and write the last word, animals. If they don't want to use their finger, no problem. You can give them a popsicle stick to decorate, make it fun, and they can use a popsicle stick in between every word. If you're working with an older student who continues to struggle with spacing, you can use adapted paper. So this is Stop Go paper that I got on Amazon. If you don't want to use Stop Go paper, you can also use graph paper. With this paper, you just teach your student that every letter goes into its own parking spot and a space has its own parking spot as well. So this paper is good if our students jam together letters as well as words. Graph paper is the same thing. You would teach them that every letter and every space gets its own little square. I hope you guys had fun. Like I said before, if you have any strategies that also help increase spacing, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.